I am currently reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and it inspired me to go out and buy this from a secondhand shop. I don't know if this is what they wear in the books. Probably, like, they could not be wearing that at all. But I just got this image in my head and I was like, I want a white blouse thing. So I got myself one from a secondhand shop, so it's cheap as fuck. And I wanted to just put on some lipstick and try to look fancy. It's a look I'm trying out. I don't know. Today I want to talk about some books that are just fascinating. They're all nonfiction, and they're just different from what I otherwise read and what I have on my shelves. So I just wanted to talk about them briefly. I only have 5 here, but 3 of them are like the same sort of concept. Let's just start with the first one I have here, which is the book that inspired this idea, because I randomly remembered and I was like, I want to talk about it. Is this thing here called Konstguiden. I have a bookmark here. Myter och symboler. It's in Swedish, obviously. It basically means a guide to art, and I got it from the book sale this year. And it's basically just like a little book that explains certain myths that are portrayed in certain like pictures, paintings, like art and stuff that maybe we are just not aware of, maybe we just don't know it, maybe we want to know more about it. Such as, the first page in here is like this little painting, and then over here it just talks about the myth, which is in this case the myth of Achilles from the Greek mythology. It's obviously very myth-based. I just thought it was very cool. I haven't started reading it yet. I just put the bookmark there to sort of guilt myself into doing it. I just feel like this could be fascinating to read. I don't know if there's like an English equivalent. It's actually translated, so it's in another language originally. I don't actually know what language, but the writer is, or like probably the editor, Marcus Lodwick. If you wanna look it up and stuff, I might insert a link if I can find like the original language and whatnot. It's just very cool, fascinating, and I cannot wait to start reading in it. It's just very pretty as well, like that's just a bonus. The second one I have here is a little book I found secondhand called Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Isabel Alcantara and Sandra Egnolf wrote it, or edited it. It's basically about Frida Kahlo's and Diego Rivera's like relationship, and like talks a little bit about their art. Well, probably a lot about their art, let's be real, but like mostly I feel like it focuses on them and sort of how, like, them as individuals, but also like them as a couple and what they accomplished together and whatnot. I actually have like been on the lookout for a book about Frida Kahlo, and I didn't mean to like buy a book about her relationship that's so like heavily based around both of them, but it's the one I found, the first one I found. But if you have like any sort of recommendations for books about her, or maybe even articles, send them my way. I'm very, very interested in her, actually. I can show you something in here. Let's just look at this and this. They do talk, about the art and stuff, both of their arts. And I just think this is a fascinating book. I love that she's the one on the cover. This is very like art heavy all of a sudden. What's happened? I don't have anything like this. I feel like, as someone who has I've not gone to many like museums, really art has never been the focus in my life until the past couple of years maybe, where I've become more interested in it. So I feel like reading books about art is a way to like sort of get me into it, since I am obviously more of a reader. And the next 3 books I have here are all part of like the same concepts, but I'm gonna show them individually. It's basically this series called På 30 sekunder, in Swedish, in 30 seconds. Basically this is mythology in 30 seconds, which basically explain Greek mythology in 30 seconds. Like, it's supposed to be just short, you know, summaries of certain like gods or myths or whatnot in this particular one that you're supposed to be able to read in 30 seconds. Obviously that depends on like how quickly you read or whatnot. But it's very, like, this is Jason and Medea. It's just this short little like summary that explains it. This is Heracles. Like, it's just such a fascinating concept, and like I said, like a quick way to get you into the basics of things, and then you can go from there if you want to explore a certain topic more. This is basically fascinating books about basics of like topics. I also have the 1900s in 30 seconds, which is the only one out of these that I've actually read. At one point I'd consider like maybe getting rid of this after I read it, but I feel like it's like kind of clever to just have it. I mean, obviously you can Google things very quickly, but like if you want to just quickly look up something but like in book form, like if you're looking for something that happened during the 1900s, it's probably in here. It's also divided into these sections. Like there's science, and there's like culture, and politics, medicine, whatnot, war. Like, it's very, it covers a lot in obviously a short space. Like, what's it called? Limited space. I also have astronomy in 30 seconds. It looks like this. Haven't read it, but I am excited to, because obviously it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be informative. Yeah, they're just a fascinating concept, a fascinating, you know, series. The editor of the astronomy one is called Francois Fressin. The 1900 ones is called Jonathan Reynolds, and the mythology one is called Robert A. Siegel. I have no idea like what language these were originally in. I have them in Swedish. They're obviously translated. It says here, translation. But yeah, I'll link them down below if I can find them. They're actually quite popular right now in Sweden. Like, I see them everywhere. Yeah, that was just one of my shorter videos, I hope. Good lord. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some fascinating books that I own. I don't own a lot of nonfiction, and usually if I do own nonfiction books, they're about, you know, memoirs about celebrities or whatnot, occasionally about a certain topic, but they're never really like this. These are very unique on my personal shelves. Yeah, that was all. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm not sure what I think of this look, but I kind of dig it at the same time. I don't know. Maybe not, might not be for me, but I like it. Right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.